and was given free wine, which was nice. Back in those days, they gave that to us. And sleeping again, awoke for breakfast and back to nodding off. When I sit down in London, I was still hungry, so I rested during the layover at the Bridge Bar, having the Bridge breakfast, which was typical English breakfast, but big. It satiated my hunger pretty well. Consisted of fried egg, fried tomato, mushroom, potatoes, baked beans, toast, sausage, ham, tea, and orange juice. Cost about £8, British pounds, which I thought was kind of pricey, but it was airport food, so what more can you expect? So after 2 years of traveling to Europe, started to realize it's a severe problem with the airlines losing your luggage. So this time I got wise and I bought a 20-inch carry-on with a set of clothes just in case. And sure enough, somehow Canadian Customs didn't get my backpack on the flight to London and Toronto. So supposedly London Air Canada branch will deliver my backpack either tonight or tomorrow to Dusseldorf. Right, I'm thinking England to Germany, door to door, same day service. They can't even get postal things back and forth in a timely manner. So I doubted it. They did give me an overnight kit, which was good. But I thought, good thing I put a pair of my dance clothes in for tonight, because it really would suck to have to wear the same outfit to club tomorrow night. Then I'd definitely be marked as a tourist and one with no style, I thought. So going through the customs was a long wait and a lengthy lineup, adding to the dilemmas of the lost luggage with the lineup just there to report it. And obviously I wasn't the only one. I was also fearful about missing my flight to Dusseldorf. It was 10 a.m. and the flight was leaving at 10:55 a.m. But they still hadn't announced the gate, so great, I thought. Then the gate steward tried to tell me that my carry-on wouldn't fit. So I smushed it into their sizing box, proving them wrong. Hell no would I let them not take my only bag of bare essentials that I had. I thought Heathrow Airport is like a shopping mall, and I ran around like a rat through a maze trying to fight the gate, passing wall-to-wall storefronts. And I passed quite a few bars and restaurants and noticed people were drinking at 10 a.m. Really? Beers? I mean, I could understand maybe some of the breakfast cocktails like mimosas, but I couldn't fathom alcohol that early myself, even with all what I've been through. Travel delays in getting off the plane from London to Dusseldorf. I was about 45 minutes late. Jennifer, Vanessa's mom, was wonderfully awaiting me with a sign held up with my name on it. We got so busy chatting and catching up that when she got turned around and lost twice on the route back to Lady Vanessa's. I also found this part confusing. I remember my trip to Germany last year and hadn't gotten lost trying to finding my way there, driving back from the club Schwissenfall at 6 a.m. in the morning. So Lady Jennifer dropped me off at Vanessa's, and I wove my way up Vanessa's stairwell and almost forgot what floor her apartment was on. I tried the wrong door and finally figured it out. Her apartment building doesn't have apartment numbers on the interior, so one has to know where one was going. Once up to the apartment, I tried to ring some of my friends, but I couldn't figure out the phone system or how to use my new youth hosteling of America phone card. So I headed off to the market to get some necessities since I had lost my luggage, and picking up some milk for Vanessa and when she got home from work. I finally figured out conditioner in German, as I was having a hard time finding it. It was the only thing that the overnight bag that Air Canada gave me that was lacking. I grabbed a salad for a late lunch, and headed back to Vanessa's. I couldn't figure out the internet, so I took a nap. She had the guest room so very welcoming, like a bed and breakfast. Thank you, Vanessa. With a bed made up nice and a towel and chocolates. It really did feel like I was in an Airbnb though at this time in 2007 they didn't have Airbnbs, just bed and breakfast. It was so sweet. I thought. I fell asleep soundly, and a few hours later Vanessa arrived, awoke me, treated me to some fresh baked bread and goodies. And we made plans for our trip to Bochum and coordinated with my friend Nigel from Seattle, and figured out his commute to Dusseldorf to meet us. And Vanessa kind of discussed our upcoming quest hiking across the Yorkshire Dales in pursuit of the magic ring while we were waiting to hear back from Sir Nigel. Vanessa showed me how to use the phone, even though it didn't work with my calling card. We did get in touch with Nigel to dial straight through to Vanessa's phone, and enough time as he was on the train already to us to Dusseldorf. So later that afternoon, me and Lady Vanessa took a walkabout to see some sights in Dusseldorf as we prepared to retrieve Sir Nigel. And Sir Nigel, being from Seattle, but he was stationed with the military in Frankfurt, so it wasn't too far. So we ran to the market to prepare for dinner for the three of us, and then we ran back out to pick him up from the station. By the time we got back to Vanessa's, we realized it was just too late to cook dinner, and instead just had wine, cheese, and bread. Always impressed by Vanessa being the best hostess I've ever experienced. Then we got ready to go out and catch the train. We called my friend Kim Soo, who used to bartend at one of the Goth clubs in Bochum, and we coordinated with her where to meet. At the doors, Club Matrix at the witching hour at midnight. The train ride was about 45 minutes with a 10-minute walk to the club. Club Matrix was a massive building with 4 dance floors and rooms, a restaurant, a hall, and had patrons in the hundreds there. It's all dark wave, gothic, electro, and industrial music. So Kim Soo and her partner Marco arrived shortly with free passes for us in hand, and we all went to the club together. We all primarily hung out in the Renaissance room, dark wave room most of the evening, dancing up a storm until about 4 a.m. when we escaped to the restaurant up above for pizza and baguettes while listening to gothic videos. We danced later in the industrial room, then the 80s room, and finally discovered the 4th dance. Marco seemed to know a lot of the people there. Vanessa and me danced the night away to exhaustion. Shortly after Kim Soo and Marco left around 5 a.m., we left shortly after them as we got tired. Even though we had planned to close down the club, which is usually 6 a.m. or even later in this parts of Germany.